Appetite for America by Stephen Fried. Video book review by Hector Ramirez. This video is for marketing class 6340 at West Texas A&M University. Fred Harvey founded in the 1870s a company based on a family-run restaurants, hotels, train station stores, and dining cars from Chicago to California, located along the Atchison, Topeka, and San Jose Railroad tracks. It doesn't seem to me that Harvey thought about his new idea just from one day to another. He learned the restaurant and railroad business from the inside. Then he worked to materialize his idea until finally he built America's first name brand. Fred Harvey became then a synonymous of great fast food service. Exemplary food and quality delivery in time were part of his business philosophy. Harvey helped to shape American culture and history throughout the years, from the late 1870s all the way through World War II. Eventually, the Fred Harvey brand spread to 65 restaurants and lunch counters, 60 dining cars, and a dozen large Harvey-owned hotels. For the first time in the US, a traveler could step off his train and know exactly what to expect. Hot coffee, good food, and friendly service. All of it delivered in time to get him back on the train before it pulled out of the station. Harvey thought, can eating on the go be just fun and easy? It was this thought to serve fast and with great quality that would mark his true contribution to American business. Fried mentions that Harvey's idea was that these restaurants should be as good as the best restaurants in cities like New York, Chicago, or London. Fred Harvey could look like a conventional man overall, but I believe that Harvey had a great vision and he was a perfectionist man. He knew a good opportunity when he saw it. Fred Harvey and his company opened the Southwest to pleasure for working travelers from all over the US and the world. One inside point is that America is way more distributed in its population than some other similar in size country like Brazil, for example, where the population is concentrated or distributed only in a few cities because they didn't have a Fred Harvey like Americans did. This idea on how Harvey has had lasting influence in the US is also mentioned by Fried in his book. Harvey and his business made an impact on tourism and development of the West area. Harvey's influence endures, and I agree on that with Fried, that the West area of the US might not be the same these days without the vision that he had on business. But it's not just a matter of having a good idea. It has to be implemented through planning. Harvey then made the traveling experience to the West characterized by hospitality. Then hospitality became a business that improved and populated America back in those years. I agree, and I like to summarize this paragraph with the phrase, courtesy and smile pay dividends. Harvey introduced the Harvey Girls, which represented back then America's first female workforce. These girls provided a nicer service and then often settling down to marry their best customers. But again, this was not just a sudden idea. He worked on this strategy. So he recruited girls from wholesome families and schools who were thoroughly trained in interpersonal skills, manners, and food service, dressed up with white blouses and skirts. Additionally, I agree with Fried when he mentions that the Harvey Girls helped to persuade miners, cowboys, and ruffians from the Wild West who dine at Harvey houses to be on their best behavior. A girl can make men improve in varied aspects. There is always a great woman behind a good man.